Erica Lorraine Spencer here. This is the P.O.C. pattern of conduct, the ongoing real-time documentation of what is the criminal pattern of conduct of federal stalking in violation of 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsection 1 and subsection 2. This is the pattern of conduct underway by a public entity, that is the state of California, that is engaging in federal stalking in concert with the people of the state of California. So this is group conduct. And this is the practicing of what are the criminal elements of monitoring amongst what is the demon possessed. And so this is what is documentation of terrorism as it is underway by a public entity in concert with the people of the state who are in the shoes of the government as this criminal system is in ceaseless operation. And as the state engages in this demented group conduct, this is revealing how the public entity, that is the state of California, that is in the United States of America, how terrorism of an American citizen plays out, what that looks like, how that is facilitated amongst a people, amongst a government, how it is public corruption in plain sight, and not only that, how you formulate policy and how you prosecute that which is demonic conduct, it's demonic activity, but that which is in no way impervious to prosecution in federal court, and being subject to ratification into federal policy. This is the P.O.C. All right, sex offenders of El Super. They're in the plaza called El Super, located at 1000 in the plaza of Mountain Avenue, where I've already documented the state's pattern of conduct is underway. And the state is stalking with audible activity, that is the sounding of sirens as I walk to the building, aware that I'm about to go use the restroom. Let me be clear, that is as sexually violent a threat as is the impossible light activity that the state aims around the bathroom as you are walking toward it, letting you know that you are subject to ongoing monitoring. And the sex offenders of this venue understand they're not monitoring by themselves, but these non-English speaking sex offenders enter inside of that private space to create activity and engage in federal stalking inside of that private space, which is what I just documented. Again, this is at El Super 1000 off of Mountain Avenue. And I want to be clear, it doesn't matter what language you speak, you're talking about that which is demon possession while they're engaging in criminal activity and stalking you, going to the extent of entering inside of that private space with knowledge of when your panties are down, all right? That's the reality of demonic activity and that obsessive stalking conduct inside of that private space. This is that pervasive, predatory, and sexually violent and perverted aspect of the pattern of conduct. And that's what I documented right now. In the state, that is the Ontario Police Department, those same demon-possessed stalkers, with simultaneity to my walking toward that restroom, sounding sirens as I'm walking outside. That's P.O.C. And while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and get some license plates. 7UHG742, 7DCY090, 7HGG541. It is, by the way, 9:06 a.m. And it is Sunday, September 26, 2021. 7WOS410 and 350R15, that's Nevada plate. And again, that venue, El Super, is not monitoring by themselves. This is group conduct, and the creation of activity is such that the entire entity may monitor you, HCCT 705. And as I document, these sex offenders understand they maintain the elements. This is the obsessive, demon-possessed stalkers that I'm documenting. That's the violence of a sex offender, a very violent and dangerous sex offender. 6NCY120, 7HCD574. 728HWK, that's Oregon plate. 7XJJ796, 7UDS353, 8KNA720. So in other words, understand the 8WOW227, Ontario Police Department, those sex offending, kidnapping, demon-possessed stalkers, monitoring while my panties are down, while my genitalia is exposed, and those group stalkers enter inside of the bathroom in order to engage in that criminal and demented system, okay? 7ZTX801, 8NWD733, 7M80426, 7KYX816, 6836882, 8PAR471, 6AND036, 7NMN663, 7YSB772. It's 9:07 a.m. All right, documentation of ongoing federal stalking as I am en route traveling. So at Super Clean Laundry, third-party facilitating venue, Super Clean Laundry, and understand that that is the venue where I am inside of the building The state is monitoring in relevant position outside of that building, inside. Monitoring with communication devices spans a radius, and demonic activity is rampant. You literally have what are the demon-possessed, that is the people of the state, including those who represent the state directly, that is law enforcement, and the state acting, stalking via plane and helicopter, are keeping this venue surrounded both with light and with audible activity while the people of the state are present inside of that venue, maintaining presence vicariously and engaging in the ongoing, incessant maintenance of audible activity and light activity in that environment. Okay, the Super Clean Laundry, I did document what are the demon-possessed stalkers that are stalking with light using their vehicles, engaging in ongoing crossing a path, which is literally the pacing of a round of demons in relevant position, because that's what the entity is doing. When you're understanding the demonic activity that is underway, these are demons that are pacing back and forth all around you together on a constant basis at all times around you. License plate 8N IW095, license 8EZC 547, 5SXR 781, 7DFD 680, 78807C as in Charlie, 7EZU014, and while subject to federal stalking via means of interstate commerce as well, that is on the 210 East Freeway. The state is aiming impossible light, that is directed light, flashing light inside of the vehicle, all right, on the passenger door right in front of me, at the same time that what are demon-possessed stalkers are crossing path as they are driving past in the different lanes on the freeway. Okay, so this is crossing a path. You're just on a freeway. You're still in relevant position. The state's fake sun is remaining over the car. All right, and directed light is being aimed inside of the vehicle while the demon-possessed stalkers are pacing all around you on the freeway. And some of those license plates that I documented while federal stalking is underway on the 210 East Freeway. That is license 1XDIME, 8WJP981, 8SET914, at third-party facilitating venue IHOP in the city of Ontario at the Ontario Mills. I did document a third-party group stalker, again, not acting by themselves. I'm documenting one acting on behalf of the entity, engaging in the stalking with light directly in the past. So while I'm sitting inside of the venue at the booth inside of the IHOP, a group stalker is sitting in perfect alignment in their vehicle with their headlights toward me, in perfect alignment, stalking with light, monitoring on communication devices, okay, under the fake sun, which I've also captured video of the pattern of conduct while I was underway at that venue. This is called stalking with light. This license plate 8KJG575. And again, as I captured in video, the Ontario Police Department engaging in federal stalking. And again, as law enforcement, which represent the state directly while federal stalking is underway, they represent that terrorizing threat while the state engages in the pattern of conduct directly. All right, the state is engaging in the pattern of conduct vicariously via the people. All right, and you have what is direct action, which is a threat with the intent to terrorize, while law enforcement is engaging in not only federal stalking, which is a terrorizing threat as the government itself is engaging in that. You have what is demonic activity as it is underway. These are demon-possessed state actors, all right? That's a whole other level of terrorism by the entity. And so this is what I'm capturing in video while the criminal pattern of conduct is underway. And what is the fake sun, the significance of that? Not only are you speaking to what is the criminal pattern of conduct of federal stalking, this is demon possession, all right? And this is what I'm capturing on video. This is the significance. This is capturing what is terrorism by that entity, acting via the Ontario Police Department, who are loitering in relevant position, have absolutely zero form, while the blatant environment, that unnatural environment, is clear. This is clearly not the sun, and the state is engaging in stalking with light in this regard, stalking with light with directed light, and maintaining presence in the path via law enforcement, visually being present, which is the communication of a terrorizing threat, an unlawful terrorizing threat, by the way, by the specific agency that has engaged in repeated acts of kidnapping while engaging in what is federal stalking, which is the criminal obstruction of justice, which is inherent to the pattern of conduct. Ontario Police Department, which I did capture on video, but I also captured the second license plate, the second vehicle of the Ontario Police Department. I believe it was vehicle number 1853, license plate 1510640. And again, that venue, isolating it, all right, because monitoring communication devices spans beyond that venue, and it spans beyond that location where I'm standing. That's why you're stalking with a massive light source, such as a fake sun that remains over my head everywhere that I go, while the people are maintaining presence in relevant position everywhere that I go, in concert with the state that is stalking by plane and helicopter and law enforcement, fire, ambulance, everywhere that I go. The Gateway at Mountain Village, that's the name of that shopping center where the police are maintaining presence. It is currently 2:46 p.m. and that is P.O.C. where I currently remain and ongoing federal stalking, and that is terrorism, as it is federal stalking is underway by what are the demon possessed in that demonic environment. Okay, and so you have what is the maintenance of directed light inside of the venue, the state's fake sun over the venue, and this is what I remain subject to. And again, the sexual violence is inherent to the pattern of conduct. I have engaged in documenting such that it may be understood what is inherent to that pattern of conduct while the government is engaging in what is terrorism and sexually violent terrorism. Okay, it is 2:46 p.m. and that is P.O.C. Would you mind unlocking the door, please? It's 6:46 p.m. Hello.
There you go. All right. Oh, that's okay. I already closed the register. It's very good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You don't mind if I hang on?
Thank you.
That's okay.
Hang out and be a stalker. Go right on ahead. It is 6:46 p.m. I'm going to document third parties. That is what I captured on video. You're witnessing it's P.O.C. And at the same time that you're looking at this red little Honda, looks like a red Honda, a two-door hatchback, they're stalking with activity, and they stalk right in front of me using their vehicle to molest with light. And then at the same time, the state is aiming directed light inside of the venue on me. As I get up and try to get out the door is locked, and they don't close until 7 p.m. by the way, 8JIF077. And you have what is a group stalker that is on foot in front of the door. Understand, they're all monitoring together. All right. And then what is his form? He orders coffee and she gives it to him for free. I'm just giving you the rest of the details. This is relevant positioning. This is the demonic behavioral pattern of stalking with activity, and that is being surrounded. You have a group stalker that's on foot in front of the door in relevant position, while that group stalker uses their car to molest with light, and the state is molesting with directed light all at the same time. Okay. 8HJC532, 6VRC 906. This is third-party facilitating venue. Let me get this. AS 4179 handicap. Third-party facilitating venue, Mountain Green, located in the city of Upland. 6GLT 881, 5BNL 541, 8UJT 199, 5TRP 403, 80372P2, PDUO 66, 44187T1. Many of them are already stalking, meaning they're maintaining presence in the parking lot. They're sitting around in their cars, okay? So I just went out and I'm just going to document a whole bunch of demons that are stalking in the parking lot anyway. 6LST880. All of them listening to me pull my panties down, use the restroom while they're stalking in the path. Okay, state's fake sun was over this parking lot in direct conflict with everything else that I've already documented. This is blatant stalking. This is blatant demonic activity. This is terrorism practiced by demons who want to engage in stalking. And understand, demons are very violent sex offenders. U544XO. 6AFP474, 8JGJ042. Stalking in the parking lot, turns on their headlights as I begin documenting, all right? Was sitting in the dark in the parking lot the whole time in relevant position, though. All right, this is license plate 7GHV878, 8PHR826. Everything you're hearing, honking of horns, it's all audible activity while demons are patrolling around in the parking lot. 8LDK437, 7FFK741, 8HCB976, 7PAH787. And let me get this one. This is Sun State Equipment Company with the license plate 80372P2. I just want to note that that's a commercial vehicle. Use doesn't mean a federal stalking. They're in relevant position. They're monitoring at this venue. It is currently 6:49 p.m. Okay, I'm going to get third-party group stalkers who are monitoring in relevant position inside of Corky's. Okay? Representing identity by license plate. And and the state is flying over by helicopter. That's ongoing direct evidence of the very thing I'm documenting. License plate 6YSW879, 6UXU239, 6BER396. And by the way, while the state engages in that conduct, that's the terrorizing threat by the entity as I document the entity. All right, these are the psychopaths. These are the demon-possessed. The absence of a coincidence of the ongoing stalking with the helicopter, as I happen to be documenting that, which is federal stalking. Yeah, they're monitoring together, okay? 7AZW734, 8X, 60993. I can't really see that one. But 8MAD063. All of them molesting with light while the state is flying over in a helicopter. These are demons, okay? This is demonic activity. And these are psychopath stalkers. And I'm capturing every single last one of them. Every single last one of them. That's why the state goes furious and drives and flies around me in helicopter. 8XJF532. Six BER396, 6UXU239, 562 BM handicap, 8NATUD, 7XLG339. It is 6:51 p.m. 6UFT388, in case I didn't read that one already, and 8VYW098, 8XNV041. And that helicopter was flying over across the street at the Ono Hawaiian barbecue, where I documented the same exact fake sun, fake moon at nighttime. I've also documented the state's directed light. That's the parking lot where the state is flying over in that helicopter, okay? That's P.O.C. It's 6:51 p.m. Tracy, I'm right here. License 4WON432. $8KPX040, monitoring with the Ontario Police Department, who are maintaining presence in traffic under the 10 freeway bridge at the entrance of the 10 West on Mountain, where the gateway at Mountain Village location is. This is P.O.C. as the state is using light activity using their police vehicles. License 21285D3, 6RBS288, 7ZPV486, 6XRL603. Understand the police maintaining presence in relevant position while I'm inside of the Dunkin' Donuts, by the way. The state maintaining presence vicariously as the people line around the drive-thru of that Dunkin' Donuts that claim that it was closed at 7, locked the front door, but is engaging in still full service through the drive-thru, apparently. Understand that's maintenance of presence and light activity around the building, and the Ontario police are in relevant position, feet away, under the 10 freeway bridge, monitoring. And that is also the helicopter. That's the same entity engaging in monitoring. 7WGG329. It is currently 6:55 p.m. and what you hear in the background is audible activity while the police are monitoring as I'm driving. I'm being driven down the street right now. It's P.O.C. All right, I did document P.O.C. as I'm exiting and the threatening conduct, the terrorism, as demons engage in federal stalking. And I did specifically document the license plate of the group stalker who is stalking in the path with light in the parking lot while the state, at the same time that the state is flying over in an aircraft, creating amplified plane activity and sounding audible activity, reminiscent of gunshots, which is reasonably construed as a threat while the entity is engaging in federal stalking. License plate 8JCG688. It is currently 7:10 p.m. That's P.O.C. You're going to want to pay attention to the video that I just captured at around 7:08 p.m.